There's a simple but powerful trick about your electronic devices that might shock you. One that can make them come back to life and shine again, even when you thought they were gone for good. Picture this: a mountain of electronics stacked to the ceiling, laptops, phones, drills marked as junk. But the shocking truth? Most of them could be saved in minutes. What if I told you that most dead devices in your home could be revived in no time at all, saving you hundreds of dollars every year? You see, the devices you depend on most always seem to die far too soon, don't they? One day they're working perfectly, the next they feel like nothing but dead weight. Most people shrug and think, guess it's broken, time to buy a new one. But here's the truth nobody talks about. In most cases, the device isn't broken at all. The real problem is the battery. Perfectly good electronics, still full of life, are being trashed every single day, just because a battery stopped holding a charge. And I know this better than anyone, because for over a decade I worked on the front lines of the recycling industry, watching mountains of so-called dead devices arrive by the truckload.
Hi, my name is Daniel Hayes, and in this short presentation, I'm going to share a story that could change the way you look at every device you own.
A story about how I uncovered a hidden truth that the big manufacturers never wanted you to discover, because it threatens the very cycle of endless buying they depend on. And I'm also going to teach you everything I've learned about batteries and power packs, the exact methods I've used for more than 4 years to bring them back to life, step by step, without complications, without expensive tools, using only things you already have at home. Simple, practical, and proven to work. It's not theory. It's not wishful thinking. It's something real families are already using to save money, protect their electronics, and regain control. And once you hear it, you'll understand why I can no longer stay silent, and why this simple discovery could rewrite the rules of how we power our lives. I'm an electronics engineer, and for 11 years I worked at one of the largest electronic recycling facilities in the United States. Every day, trucks dumped literal tons of devices onto our belts. Televisions, laptops, tablets, power tools, phones, toys, even refrigerators, medical equipment, and backup power units. At first, it all made sense. In the early days, most of what we received was truly broken. A TV with a fried circuit board, a laptop with a cracked motherboard, phones with shattered screens and corroded chips.
Somewhere along the way, things changed. The devices rolling in weren't smashed. They weren't burned out. They weren't obsolete. They were fine. Almost new.
The only thing wrong with them was the battery. And then came the moment that changed everything. Etched in my memory, like a scene from a movie. It was an ordinary Tuesday. Another avalanche of so-called junk dumped on our line. I was sorting through a pallet of laptops when I decided to test a few, just out of curiosity. One by one, I plugged them in. Guess what happened? They all booted up. The screens lit bright. The processors hummed. The drives spun without issue. The only problem? The batteries were completely dead. Not one, not two, almost the entire pallet. Perfectly good machines destined for the shredder because of a single failed battery pack. And it wasn't just laptops. I saw phones that looked brand new, drills that had nothing wrong with them. Backup power units are tossed away by offices after just a couple of years, all junked, for one simple reason: the battery had failed. That day, I went home with a single thought burning in my mind. Why doesn't anyone repair these batteries? Why is everything thrown away when the devices themselves still work? The answer came crashing into my life that very weekend. My little girl burst into tears because her favorite toy had stopped working. The reason? The tiny battery inside had given out. In that moment, watching her cry over something she loved, I realized this wasn't just about electronics. It was about people, about families, about all of us losing money and memories every single day because of batteries designed to fail too soon. That was the breaking point. I knew I had to find a solution, not just for me, not just for her, but for everyone. For anyone tired of being forced to buy again and again, when all they wanted was for their things to keep working. So I set out on a mission. I began searching for ways to repair every kind of battery I could get my hands on. Car batteries, laptop batteries, the packs inside cordless drills, even the rechargeable batteries from handheld vacuums, power banks, toys, and remote controls. If it powered everyday life, I wanted to know how to bring it back to life. This wasn't just about waste or even about money. It struck me deeper than that. I realized it was about control. Because if they can keep us chained to constant replacements, they can keep us spending, month after month, year after year. They don't just drain batteries. They drain wallets, freedom, and choice. It's like being trapped in a loop. Every dead battery, another chain tightening around your life, and the cycle never stops unless someone dares to break it.
That's when my frustration hardened into determination. One night at the recycling center, after another long shift of watching good devices crushed into scrap,
I pulled two of my closest colleagues aside. Both were engineers. Both had seen the same waste, and both carried the same frustration. I told them plainly, we need to build something different. A guide, a blueprint that shows people how to repair nearly any battery or power pack. Something that finally gives families the choice to recondition the device they love instead of being forced to buy a new one. To learn how to extend battery life, protect it, and stop wasting money.
I could see it in their faces. Relief, recognition, the same fire that burned in me.
They had been asking themselves the same questions, silently raging at the same problem, and now they wanted in. So together we pushed harder. I had already begun my own search, but now with them by my side, our research exploded. We experimented with everything we could find, from solar panel storage batteries and home backup systems to e-bike packs, scooter batteries, emergency power banks, and even marine batteries pulled straight from the recycling piles. We dug into manuals, forums, obscure repair notes, and even old engineering documents. We tested, failed, refined, and tried again. Night after night, in that dimly lit back room surrounded by towers of so-called junk, we pieced together the knowledge no corporation ever wanted you to see. Slowly, it became more than just a project. It became a mission. To arm ordinary people with the power to fight back, to save their money, protect their devices, and take control over how long their electronics truly last. That night was the birth of what would eventually become Easy Battery Fix. At the time, we didn't even have a name for it. All we had was frustration, anger, and the determination to prove that the mountains of garbage weren't garbage at all. They were opportunity. If we could harness it, families could stop wasting money on endless replacements, devices could run longer, and people could finally take back control. What I didn't realize at first was just how much joy this discovery would bring to families everywhere. Parents, kids, grandparents alike. The relief on their faces when something they thought was gone forever worked again was priceless. Take John from Ohio, for example. He brought a dead car battery back to life and saved himself the cost of an expensive replacement. Or Sarah in Texas, who reconditioned the battery in her handheld vacuum. What she thought was junk now works like new. And Mark from Florida, who revived his cordless drill pack. He said it felt like having a brand new tool in his hands without spending a dime. Stories like these poured in, proving that this wasn't just my mission anymore. It was becoming a movement. And these were only a handful of examples, the beginning of something much bigger. Families everywhere started sharing their wins, and the momentum grew stronger with every success. That's when it became clear. This wasn't just about me or my colleagues. It was about creating a guide that could empower anyone anywhere to take control of their batteries and their wallets. But what we put together next would shock even us. And if you're still wondering what this really means for your own family, let's break it down. A car battery lasts around 2 years and costs about $150 to replace. Most families have 2 cars. That's $300 every couple of years. Add a laptop battery, which usually dies every 3 years, at about $120. Consider smaller devices, phones, tablets, toys, vacuums, each costing $40 to $60 when their batteries fail. And think about the bigger modern essentials too. If a battery in an electric scooter or e-bike fails, replacement packs can cost hundreds of dollars. Suddenly, the yearly expense climbs to nearly $500 or more. Over 10 years, statistics show an average family can easily waste $8,000 on nothing but batteries. And that's not even counting the money and time wasted driving back and forth to stores, waiting in lines, and dealing with endless replacements. That's money and energy slipping away dollar by dollar, resources you could keep in your pocket with almost no effort once you know these simple reconditioning methods. And that's exactly why we knew we had to create this guide and get it into people's hands. It became our driving force, the reason we pushed forward when others gave up. That's what drove us. That's what kept us testing, failing, refining, night after night, week after week. Because the truth was undeniable. Most batteries can be safely revived. You just need to know how. And as our research grew, the results spoke louder than words. An electric scooter battery that had been left unused for months came roaring back to life after a few careful cycles. A laptop that wouldn't last more than 10 minutes suddenly powered through an entire movie. A cordless drill pack that everyone thought was junk drilled holes again, like the day it was bought. Even small things, kids' toys, handheld vacuums, power banks, came back to life. Every battery we reconditioned added up, saving $12 here, $9 there, $50 on a gadget, even $160 on a car battery. It may not sound like much at first, but those savings stacked fast. Before long, we had saved thousands because we didn't have to buy a single new battery for our family's electronics, devices, or vehicles. And with each success, I felt the ultimate peace of mind knowing that if a battery in any of our essential devices or vehicles failed, even during a power outage, I could bring it back to life and keep my family safe. We were never left without the tools or electronics we needed most. Each success lit a fire in us. We knew this wasn't just theory anymore. It was proof. Proof that families didn't have to throw away what they loved. Proof that they could save money, time, and frustration with the right steps. And that's when we knew we had something powerful. Something too important to keep hidden. From that point on, it became clear what this would mean for everyday people. Imagine saving hundreds of dollars a year simply by reviving what you already own. Imagine never being forced to throw away your favorite devices, whether it's the gadgets you use every day, the backup power packs you rely on, or even the tools and equipment that keep your home running, just because a battery gave out. With this guide, families could finally cut down on replacement costs, extend the lifespan of every power pack in their home, and protect themselves from being manipulated by companies that design products to fail. It meant freedom from waste, freedom from unnecessary spending, and the peace of mind that comes with knowing you can take control of your devices, not the other way around. And that's why we decided to share it with the world. Today, all of that knowledge, all of those experiments, every proven method has been collected into one complete guide we call Easy Battery Fix. This isn't just an ebook, it's your step-by-step manual to bring batteries back to life. With it, you'll finally have the insider knowledge to turn frustration into empowerment and waste into savings. Each page is designed to guide you like a mentor at your side, showing you exactly what to do and when to do it. Inside, you'll learn how to safely recondition car batteries, laptop packs, cordless tool batteries, vacuums, toys, and more. The exact steps to extend the life of new batteries so they don't fail early. Simple methods anyone can follow. No special tools, no complicated jargon, just household items and clear instructions. How to protect your devices, save money, and cut down on waste starting today. When it came time to set a price for all of this, my two colleagues and I sat down to talk. They suggested $179 would be fair, considering the years of research, the thousands of dollars people could save, and the value of finally breaking free from the cycle of constant replacements. But I couldn't accept that. This guide was created for families, for people who want to save money, protect their favorite devices, and have a reliable backup for their electronics. I told them we had to keep it affordable so that anyone could access it. That's why we agreed on a fair price of $98 for the complete Easy Battery Fix guide. So today, for a limited time only, if you act right now, we're cutting that price in half. Today, you can get Easy Battery Fix for just $49. This discount is available only right now while you're on this page, and I can't promise how long it will last. That's less than the cost of a single tank of gas, and it could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars over the years. Many people have told us it's almost too inexpensive for what's inside, too cheap for the knowledge, the techniques, and the results it delivers. But we insisted on keeping the price low. Why? Because our goal is simple: to cover our costs, keep this site online as long as possible, and put this life-changing information into the hands of as many families as we can. And to make your decision risk-free, it comes with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Try every method, follow the steps, and if you don't see results, simply send us an email and you'll get a full refund. No questions asked. This is your chance to finally break free from the cycle of constant replacements. Think about what that really means. No more helpless trips to the store. No more overpriced replacements draining your wallet. No more frustration when something you love stops working. Imagine the freedom of knowing you can breathe new life into the very devices others would have thrown away. Imagine the pride of showing your kids or grandkids that with a little knowledge, you can fix instead of waste. And imagine the calm confidence of never being at the mercy of companies that design products to fail. Click the button below now to secure your copy of Easy Battery Fix and start reviving your batteries today. Every moment you delay, another device in your home edges closer to the trash heap when it doesn't have to. This opportunity may not be online forever, so claim it while you can. Your future self and your family will thank you for making the smart move today. And when the lights go out, or when that critical device in your home refuses to start, you'll be the one who kept everything running. You'll be the calm in the storm, the person your family looks to with gratitude, not fear. That's the real power of Easy Battery Fix. It's not just about reviving batteries, it's about restoring control, comfort, and confidence when it matters most. As soon as you click the button, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page where you can complete your order in just a few seconds. Once you do, you'll get instant access to the complete Easy Battery Fix guide. You'll be able to view the step-by-step instructions, the illustrated walkthroughs, and the detailed checklists right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. You can also download everything to keep offline or print copies so you'll always have them on hand. I've made sure this process is simple, clear, and frustration-free, so you can focus on results, not confusion. And to back that up, you'll also receive unlimited customer support for life. If you ever feel stuck, have a question, or just want to be sure you're doing it right, all you have to do is reach out, and I'll personally make sure you get the help you need. Very few people ever run into issues following this guide, but I want you to know that if you do, you'll never be left on your own. You'll have my personal support every step of the way. The only thing standing between you and batteries that work like new again is the button you see below right now. Don't let another device end up in the trash when it could be revived and working for you again. So go ahead and invest in Easy Battery Fix today. Join the thousands of families who have already discovered a smarter, simpler, and far more affordable way to keep their devices running. I'll be waiting to welcome you inside the members-only area in just a few moments from now. And just to remind you, here's what you'll master inside Easy Battery Fix. How to protect your batteries and power packs so they last longer than manufacturers intended. The simple steps to extend battery life and keep them performing at their best. How to repair and revive almost any type of battery you'll ever encounter. The secrets to safely reconditioning energy storage units like solar batteries, e-bike packs, and more. Maintenance tricks that prevent common failures and save you hundreds over the years. But remember, this page might not be here tomorrow. Access could vanish at any time, and once it's gone, there's no guarantee it will ever return. So act now, while you still can, and secure your place among the families who already discovered the hidden power of Easy Battery Fix. From now on, there won't be a single battery you won't know how to handle, maintain, or revive. With Easy Battery Fix, you'll have the confidence to keep them in top condition and the freedom to decide when it's truly time to replace, if ever. See how Max from California managed to save over $1,200 by reconditioning the batteries in his car and home backup unit. Money he said would have gone straight into replacements. Or Emily in New York, who was able to repair her tablet's battery and recover priceless family photos she thought were lost forever. And then there's Robert in Michigan, who brought his lawnmower and garden tools back to life with one afternoon of work, saving him from spending hundreds at the hardware store. These stories are just a glimpse of what's possible when you take control of your batteries instead of letting companies control you. Each success proves how powerful this guide really is and how much it can impact your life too. Now it's your turn to write the next success story, especially when all you have to do is click the Buy Now button below right now. The truth is, big corporations have worked for decades to keep us on a leash, trapped in a cycle of buying again and again. They design products to fail, not because they can't last, but because they want your wallet open forever. Every dead battery is another dollar in their pocket, another piece of control over your life. But with Easy Battery Fix, you take that power back. You keep your money, you keep your freedom, and you decide how long your devices serve you, not them. So in other words, I'm taking on all the risk here, which means you have nothing to lose. Easy Battery Fix can nearly eliminate the need to ever buy new expensive batteries again, saving you thousands of dollars over your lifetime. And you can begin reconditioning old batteries today. But if you're ready to get started, you really need to act now. To be completely transparent, we've set a hard limit of just 10,000 copies at this never-before-seen 50% discount. Once those spots are gone, the price goes back up immediately. And there's no telling if or when this opportunity will ever return. And remember, this is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. We don't know how long we'll be able to keep this chance online, or if it will ever return. That's why it's critical to act now, while the door is still open. And with the 60-day money-back guarantee, you risk nothing. Next time a battery dies, instead of tossing it in frustration, you'll know exactly what to do, step by step, with total confidence. Click the button below now and secure your copy of Easy Battery Fix while this opportunity is still available. Thank you for watching, and congratulations in advance for taking the step that puts you back in control of your batteries, your money, and your peace of mind. But if you're still feeling unsure, let me share just a handful of the emails I've received from people who already used Easy Battery Fix and saw incredible results. David R. from Texas said, "Daniel, thank you. I saved over $400 this year by reconditioning the batteries in all of our cars. They run like new again, and I didn't have to spend a dime at the auto shop." Karen S. from Florida wrote to us, "I thought my home's backup power unit was finished, and replacing the battery would have cost me over $600. After using your steps, I brought it back to life in less than a day. It's been running perfectly ever since, and I can't thank you enough." James H., Ohio, writes, "My laptop wouldn't hold a charge for more than 15 minutes. After following your steps, the battery now lasts 3 hours again. You literally saved me from buying a new computer." Sophia L. from New York said, "The best part wasn't just saving money, it was getting back the photos from my old tablet. Once I revived the battery, I finally accessed years of priceless memories I thought were gone forever." And Mark T. from California wrote us, "Our lawnmower and hedge trimmer batteries were dead weight, but now they run like they're brand new. You probably saved me at least $500 this summer alone." These are just a few of the stories pouring in every week. And they prove one thing. The $49 price tag is nothing compared to the value inside. Each of these people has already saved double, triple, even 10 times that amount. And now they'll have this guide in their hands for the rest of their lives, ready whenever a battery fails again. That's why waiting makes no sense. The sooner you start, the faster you save. And now it's your turn to experience the same freedom, savings, and peace of mind. Click the Buy Now button below and start writing your success story right now.